battle supreme. Follow your destiny in the battle supreme. Fight for your legacy in the battle supreme. Follow your destiny, battle supreme.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
the right kid is gonna die tonight. I'm gonna tell you that, alright?
God damn.
Welcome to the Battle Supreme.
Oh, shit.
Whoa, hey, how about
What a
that,
special
huh?
one.
Well, you know, we're back. We're here. We're doing it. We got a cool episode lined up for you guys today. So thanks for tuning in as always. We are stoked. And make sure to leave a comment on the video if you're watching on YouTube. Hit that share button. You know, if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit the share button as well. Give us a little like, you know. Maybe download the episode, you know. That helps us out too, you know. Do all that good stuff, you know. And we appreciate it big time. That being said, let's just get her going today.
Let it ride.
Guys, today on the Battle Supreme, that is, we are doing a movie versus a parody of that movie. A direct parody of that movie.
Can you believe it?
So Walk the Line, depicting the life and the relationship between Johnny Cash and June Carter versus Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story.
Yeah, God bless.
You decide.
So first up,
I'm excited for this.
it is.
Different.
Very different.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's hard to compare them in a way. You know what I mean? Because it's like not in the same vein, but you could compare them because it's the same movie essentially.
It's a
same
parody. It's
idea.
a parody.
It's just
Well, it is.
It's just difficult because one's like way more serious than the other. So, but hey, you know that's all part of the fun.
So lead role, John C. Reilly versus Joaquin Phoenix. Who would like to start it?
I mean, I'll start it off.
Go ahead.
So, like, building on what we were just saying, it's tough because they're extremely different types of movies. Like, one is literally supposed to just be a funny, humorous. I mean, like, it's a little bit everything, but it's supposed to be a comedy. And then the other one is way more of, like, serious film.
A drama.
So it's very difficult to be like, who's the better lead in completely different styles. But, I mean, the thing is, I think I would go with Joaquin Phoenix just because I think he did a really good job of being like, you know, portraying the character and like doing, I just think it's harder to portray like the realness where like if who else are you going to pick? Who else is going to do a good job? I feel like he's a great actor and he did a great job in that role. Where in comedy, I think John C. Reilly did a great job, but I feel like anybody who's funny enough could maybe have pulled it off, if that makes sense. But I think I'm glad it was him, you know. Like either way, I like both of them, but I'm going to go with Joaquin Phoenix on this one.
Yeah, he's really one of those guys that just lives the role that he's doing.
Yeah, he's
Like,
a good actor, man.
You got to give it up to him, like learning all the parts, even some guitar work, even freaking singing like him, like all the mannerisms. Yeah, you got to give it up for that guy.
Method acting, man. It's crazy.
It's the best. I think it's some of the best work you're going to get when people do that. They go all in.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at him as a Joker.
I was really gonna say, like, no one can talk about him now. Like, it's really hard to be the Joker after Dark Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so hard. You know what I mean?
Very.
But like, he took a different route in the best way possible, and it was the best that it could. It was masterful.
Yeah,
it was.
it
It
was
was.
good.
It was great.
He did the same idea, basically, of just like, all right, I'm just going to make this my whole own style character and go all in. And yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, it wasn't lesser than. It was just its own thing.
Yeah, which is exactly what he needed to do. So, super cool.
Sweet. Frank.
I mean, yeah, the obvious answer is Joaquin Phoenix.
Walking.
Christopher Joaquin Phoenix.
He's walking the line, huh?
Oh, dude. I like that.
Like
I'm going to use
that.
that one later. In the bonus round.
Because you're mine.
The obvious answer is him. I mean, it's one of his greatest roles, I'd say. I'm pretty sure he won an Oscar for that role.
I think so.
I could be wrong. He might have lost to
Or
somebody.
it might have been Reese Witherspoon. It might have been one of them.
Yeah, somebody had to win something.
There's an award for that movie for something.
I think so.
And if there's not, I'm going to have to make a change. I'm going to get on the phone, give a couple people, some phone calls.
Call him up.
you should definitely do that.
Call the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Call SAG, dude.
I mean, you got to do what I got to do.
But John C. Reilly in the movie is hilarious. I think it's funny that he's playing. I mean, obviously he's playing all the parts. He's playing the character, but like the first scene, like he's supposed to be like a 15-year-old, like at a school talent show, but it's just John C. Reilly, like a full-grown man with like his whole backing band as little kids. I just think it's hilarious.
I'm your 12-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah. It's so stupid. Wasn't that's Kristen Wiig?
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig is that in the movie? Well, she's the one who becomes the wife, but
The
yeah,
wife.
it's Joaquin Phoenix for me.
So real quick,
He did all the things right.
I looked it up, and Reese Witherspoon won an Academy Award, which would be
Ooh.
Oscar. But he did win a Golden Globe for Best Actor, which is different. But
I wonder who won the Oscar that year.
they won the awards. I can look it up. I mean, in 2006. Let me check it out.
Yeah.
Prisoners.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, for
How do you say that? What is that?
Oh, Seymour.
I don't
huh?
know what that movie is. So
what's it say?
it starts with a C. Capote.
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 What is that?
Capote.
Truman. He played Truman Capote. That makes sense.
I never heard of it.
Yeah. Another biopic. Big biopic that year.
And then there's that resurgence that's happening now. Sweet. Blair.
Yeah, we'll just bring it around.
Yeah.
He's acting, you're acting, where John C. Reilly, it's like, is he really acting or is he just being himself? Because you're not really being any real person.
He's just goofing around. He's acting, but he's just
But I'm saying, but like, Dewey Cox is not a real
he's
person.
doing his job.
Yeah, like, you are Dewey Cox. You
He's-
are Dewey Cox.
He gets more of a palette to create who
Exactly.
Dewey
Yeah.
Cox is.
And he
portraying
masters
Yeah.
it. And he masters it. I love John C.
Well,
Reilly.
plus he basically plays like different people throughout the years, but it's
Yeah.
still just Dewey Cox.
Yeah. That's what I love about that whole movie. It takes you through
Like
the
when he's
whole
Brian
his whole
Wilson.
life. Yeah, he also does there's a little like dig at the Ray movie with the Ray Charles moment.
Yeah.
With the blankets, more blankets,
Yeah.
less blankets. That was in Ray Charles
Yeah.
when he's like going through rehab and
Yep.
shit.
It's
Yeah.
really a spoof of a bunch of rock and roll biopics,
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
centered around Walk the Line.
Yeah, for sure. Facts. But yeah, I'll bring it around. I mean, with Joaquin.
Joaquin. All right.
Okay.
Next up, supporting cast.
Find a way, just
Now-
give it time.
I'm not gonna name everything, but obviously you got Joaquin Phoenix in there. You got Reese Witherspoon. Another notable name, Robert Patrick. That's a pretty big name among a bunch of other people. Now, honestly, I might give the edge to Walk Hard because it has a star-studded cast. Maybe not A-listers, but I'm saying in the comedy world, like
Facts.
there's a lot of cameos in this movie. You got Jack Black in there, Paul Rudd,
Yeah, just the
Frickin'
Beatles scene alone. It's like
Jenna
crazy.
Fisher, Tim Meadows.
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, Kristen Wiig. Or was it Wig? Oh, Kristen Wiig. Yeah, they got a lot of people on here. So, yeah, what's
Jack
your pick?
White, if you didn't say
Jack
Oh,
White's
Jack
in
White
there.
plays Elvis.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. So,
Hello,
there's a lot of
man.
people in there.
Watch out, man. It's King, man.
Karate, man.
Rah, rah, rah. All right. Am I
Go ahead,
going?
David.
I'm
Yeah.
going? All right. So I think Walk the Line has the better cast, but I think Walk Hard has the cooler cast. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, like there's just Walk Hard had so many just like cool people in it and like also good actors, but it's just like in the comedy world,
stars.
they're-
A-listers.
Yeah, they're stars and A-listers, but you wouldn't look at them as like serious, as big of serious like award-winning actors. Where Walk the Line just I think like has like the better quality like
It's got the two.
hardcore actors.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Drama
actors. But I'm gonna give it to Walk Hard because I just think it's just like more and more lit and more fun for the regular person, and the amount of like surprises, as we were saying, like people that you're like, oh shit.
Yep.
I think that just makes a little bit more exciting. So I'm gonna go Walk Hard on this one for that reason.
Sweet.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Damn, did it again, huh?
Yeah, it's all good. Larry.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I had to go with Walk Hard. I just know more people from Walk. I mean, like, that's bias, you know what I'm saying? But like, I know way more people in Walk Hard than I do
Agreed.
in Walk the Line, just because I just have seen all of them. I love Jack Black. We talked about all, and Jack White, which is pretty cool. And I mean, I just know way more people from that, so that's got to be my pick. Good acting, obviously, all around in the both movies, whatever. But that's my pick. Walk Hard.
Great pick, dude. Good pick.
Great pick. I like that one. Huh?
Yeah, I like that.
What about you, Frank?
Same pick for me.
Oh,
It's
Wow.
if it's about the cast, it just has more people in the cast. Like Walk the Line, it has like the two main stars, Reese and Joaquin, and then whoever plays Johnny Cash's dad.
Yeah,
that might be the name you named. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, what was it, Robert Patrick?
Robert Patrick. Yeah,
That's a big name.
yeah, he's been in a bunch of things, but yeah, Walk Hard just has like everybody you'd want to see.
A lot
in
more
movie,
recognizable
especially in a
people.
comedy movie.
yeah. But that's kind of the whole thing about comedy, though. Like when it's like way more of a big deal
It's a
when
community.
star, when like another comedian is like in the movie. It's like one of those moments where like people would clap. You're like,
But it's
like,
also
star moment.
like
where
for them, because they're just comedians. It's almost like it's not even a big deal. Like, oh, we'll just do this one scene.
it's almost like a
Like,
feature.
yeah, they don't care.
It's more like they feature people in movies for like
'Cause
short
it'll-
things
'cause it'll be
because
funny.
they're funny.
It'll be funny.
Exactly.
like Jack Black as Paul McCartney. I'm the bossy one, or I'm in charge. They're all like talking
Bickering.
about the Beatle drama with each characteristic
And
of
they're
each
literally
member.
saying their own names
Yep.
and shit. Like, it's like as
I'm Ringo.
Yeah.
Whatever he says, I'm the chill one or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, I just like to have fun.
Yeah.
Little peace sign.
They start arguing before they start taking the acid. They just start yelling at each other.
It's so ridiculous. That's great.
You're about to have a bad trip. Ooh.
Yeah.
Better singer,
But tossing out.
John C. Reilly or Joaquin Phoenix? Because they're both singing.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna go with John C. Reilly because
Frank went first. Go.
Joaquin Phoenix, he does sound like Johnny Cash, but he doesn't really sound like Johnny Cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what Johnny Cash fucking sounds like when he's singing. But
No
John
one
C.
can
Reilly,
sound like Johnny Cash.
you wouldn't really expect him to be a good singer. I mean, I guess for Joaquin Phoenix too. But Joaquin Phoenix did a good job with the role, like with doing the singing. But I feel like almost like comedians and just when you're famous and you're an actor, like almost all those people kind of have a knack for some type of musical thing, and a lot of them is singing.
Yeah. A lot of actors start in theater
Exactly, just performing.
singing.
But I'm gonna go with John C. Reilly.
Sweet. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
Honestly, me too. It's like I remember hearing sometimes like I remember my old house like on a Pandora station. You'd hear like a Johnny Cash cover, right, from Joaquin Phoenix, like because he had like from the soundtrack
Yeah.
or whatever. And it would just leave a bad taste in my mouth. But when you're watching the movie, it's awesome because it's like you're watching the movie, you're like visually invested because you're seeing Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It's more, it sits right better.
You're
But
in
like,
Yeah, it's part of the thing.
when you take it out of context, like I'm making eggs or something, and I hear that, it's just kind of like I want to hear Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, and I think anyone would
I
agree with
remember
that
that
because that's
year-
what it is. It's Johnny Cash's music. It's not that it's bad.
You would go to
but-
Cracker Barrel and you would hear
Yeah.
that version of
Yeah.
Folsom Prison Blues. I hear the train a coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Like real. Yeah.
Ain't the same, dude.
Yeah.
Someone trying to sound like
It's
Johnny
like a try-
Cash.
I don't
It's
wanna
not
see it.
Johnny Cash.
Yep.
Respect where it's,
It's not
due.
the
He did
Man
a
in
good
Black.
job. I mean, he did better than I could have done it. You know what I'm saying? But like, but John C. Reilly is actually impressive. It was pretty impressive.
He's got
Like
some
the
star,
songs are
some
awesome.
star power moments.
I
on
sing
there.
so many songs, from Walk Hard, so I got to go with John C.
Sweet. This song's called "Take My Hand." I sure hope you like it.
Come on and take my hand.
You know what you're singing
take
about.
My hand.
We're going. We're talking about holding hands.
Holding hands with the devil.
Yeah, he's like, you know who else holding
You
hands?
think you
The
don't know
devil.
what we're talking about when you're singing about holding hands?
You know who likes holding
What the hell are you
hands?
talking about? A song about holding hands.
You know who
We
holds
know who
hands?
has hands.
The devil.
And he uses them for holding.
Oh my!
It's gold. It's just gold.
This is a great.
Then he
movie.
gets kicked out.
Yeah.
He's 15. You're out of here. Paul, where am I going to go? I'm 15. He keeps saying over and over again how old he is because it's like, it's just so fucking
It's absurd
stupid.
that he's
yeah,
15.
yeah.
All right, what about it, David? Tell me.
I mean, I'll go with Joaquin Phoenix because it doesn't matter, and he did a great job.
He did. He did a good job.
Why do you have fun, sucker?
We
He's
can't
a
have too,
better singer, and you know it.
we can't have too many round tables in one
Nah, I
episode, guys.
disagree,
We don't want to make a.
disagree. I'm going
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin's good. I'm not saying he was bad, but
Yeah, I whatever. We'll go. We'll move on. Moving on.
You guys trying to see him in concert or?
No.
I am.
you got the tickets?
But I would see Dewey Cox
It's
and
like,
the
I
Dewey Cox
did.
4 live. I would.
Yeah.
No cap.
Oh God, I would
Dude.
definitely buy tickets and go.
Bro.
They pulled up. They play like I don't know
The whole movie.
Soundtrack.
the Vic Theater.
It'd
or
be
something.
sick, dude.
The Vic
Yeah.
Theater?
Let's
Dewey Cox
do
and the
it
Dewey Cox 4.
in ways that
At the Vic.
make us feel good. All right, better movie cover.
Oh man, I gotta look though.
At the cover of the actual movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know.
that
what
really
they look like.
quick. You know, you got
Isn't Walk the Line like it's both of them like caressing each other?
yeah, it's on stage. It's like that moment, and then you have Dewey Cox standing all like Jim Morrison with the gray, his shirt off. It's totally a Jim Morrison
Oh
ripoff.
yeah. Damn, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, with the
Well, I'm gonna go.
See, I was thinking of this one, but there's a few of them.
I'm gonna go Walk the Line. That's my vote.
Which one did you pick? This one?
that one.
Any of them.
That one's so stupid.
That's the one I
It does tell more of a story.
I don't really like the Morrison looking cover, but I get it. It fits. It fits. I just don't really care for it. So
Fair enough.
I'm going Walk the Line. I think it's just better.
I walk the line.
I'll walk the line.
Go ahead.
I'll go with Walk the Line. Because I feel like Walk the Line is obviously about Johnny Cash, but it's about June Carter
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
It's that whole story.
They're both in the story, whatever, and they're both in the you know
I
cover.
feel like the Walk Hard one just it doesn't really give you anything to do with the movie. It's just literally just him.
yeah,
like
The Dewey
like,
Cox story.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I get it. It's it is what it is. But I just think it's like I
Dewey
feel like
has
they
to think
could.
about his whole life before
Before
he
he
walks.
I think they could have
Stage.
came up with something a little bit better
Yeah,
for that.
it's another one.
They should have just used like
Looks like freaking Dion or something.
the fucking dude. You know what would have been a sick movie poster when they're fucking fighting him and the dad.
yeah,
That could have been cool. You know what I mean? You'd be
Honestly,
like,
yeah.
damn, what the fuck happens in this movie? You know what I mean?
What is this
Like,
even about?
Yeah, you know.
I'll pick Walk Hard.
Yeah, fucking stick it to
I like
him.
the beads, you know.
It's just like
He's just like.
beads.
I
Need
don't
to
think
get
his
some
tongue's out.
beads.
but It should have been.
all right.
All right, our next album cover is gonna be
We-
me doing the Morrison pose.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
let's do
Fuck
it.
yeah, that would sell, dude.
Shirtless with the fucking thing, like
You gotta get the little.
little curl.
We are doing a song versus song.
Oh shit!
We're going Walk Hard versus I Walk the Line.
Oh my god!
Oh, damn.
Or no.
Go ahead, Larry.
I mean, in the movies.
In the movies. Yes.
Yeah.
In the movies.
I mean, I gotta go with Walk Hard.
He said,
It's a long road, boy,
and I'm gonna
and you
walk
better walk
hard.
And he's just like, walk hard. He's
Time to walk, boys.
Hard.
He said, Dewey, are you writing a song? He's like arguing with her. He's like, walk hard.
Hold on a second.
It's a long
You
road.
see, it's a long road, and I'm gonna walk.
All of his best
Hard.
songs come from arguing with his wife.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
God bless.
Having a Nickelback too.
All right, better song, Frank.
Walk the Line. It's a real song.
What are you saying? Walk Hard. It's not a real song.
It is a real song. Someone wrote it.
I mean,
so it is a real
It's
song.
a real song.
What is real, man? You know what I mean?
Exactly, David.
Here we go again.
You
Go
pull it
ahead,
you
David.
pull
What
it up on
what
Spotify.
even is real? What even is a song?
Oh,
A composition made by a human being, and a guy did make that song, so it is a song.
tell him, Big A. Tell him.
All right, so I'm going strictly based on the movie versions of the songs. I'm gonna go Walk Hard.
Yeah, man.
There it is.
But boom, bada bing.
Yeah.
Check and mate.
Checkmate, pal.
That song moved me, dude. Like, I wanted to learn that
Did you
song
walk hard?
on the acoustic guitar
Where'd it
when I saw him
move you?
play it in the studio. Like,
Down lives.
Do you just start floating?
Rocky Road.
I was just like, man. Yeah. I remember we used to try and play it, dude, on the
Walk
acoustic in your room.
Hard.
We would sing
Down
it.
lie.
Did you play it?
It's like Rocky Road.
We can cover it.
Walk bold.
My code.
And I've been scored and ridiculed too.
My whole life through. Gave my word, and the word was good. And I took it in the face and I walked it as hard as I could.
Walk hard. Okay, which movie had the better Elvis Presley?
Oh, that's good. This is a good question.
One's more of a wholehearted portrayal. The other one
You're
is
next, man.
Jack White acting drunk and aloof, and it was funny as fuck. So,
I'm gonna have to stick with the comedy and go with Jack White, especially because Jack White is not even really an actor. Like, I've never seen Jack White in anything else,
hello, karate man.
and I never thought of Jack White like to be somebody that was funny, like the character that he is in real life. Like, I never thought of him as being someone that was funny, and to see him like be that way is pretty funny. You know what I mean? So that's my pick.
Sweet, Frank.
I feel like the portrayal in Walk Hard might have been actually more realistic to what he was actually like.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
You know?
honestly, yeah.
Like in Walk the Line, like it's a scene like he's backstage or he's sitting down upstairs and Elvis walks up. Like you don't really ever see him, but he's got like the army gear on. Like he's about to leave. He's like, "You're next," or whatever. He tells him like you're the next guy, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like a passing of the torch. But in Walk Hard, like he's got to follow all the other guys because Elvis wants to leave early. So then he has to go last. So Elvis, like I think it's Buddy Holly, Elvis, Big Bopper, and somebody else. They all have to play before Dewey
Jerry Lee
plays.
Lewis.
Now let me
Yeah.
tell you, it really be like that out there. Everybody listening. Sometimes you play a show and people want you to play last, even though it's not your show. This is a real situation that happens quite often to certain people. Sorry, I just had to say that.
Oh, damn.
But my pick.
That's a hard walk.
When I say my pick, it's Walk Hard.
And we're not talking about us.
We're not.
Okay.
What's next? Or did David even go?
No, but we already know who won. David, who do you think is better? Are you
I'm
gonna go?
going Walk Hard.
Okay.
What the fuck did he even
Because
just
sometimes
say?
he'd be going the opposite. He's like, well, since it doesn't even matter,
No,
I'm just
I'm
not
going
going to
Walk
pick a
Hard
better
'cause
fucking thing.
I feel like the Walk the Line Elvis is just kind of like is whatever, and it's more for the storytelling
Yeah.
than the acting.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just we're putting it in there so they could have that
Yeah.
the passing the torch
Yeah.
idea and show it,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's like a great Elvis.
They didn't want to put Elvis in the movie,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
but they had to a little bit.
So
It's Elvis.
that's how I
It's
feel
Elvis,
about it.
yeah.
That's what it is.
Which movie has the better sink getting ripped out scene?
God damn it.
Blair.
You know what? I'll go Walk the Line. Because you see him in his
Desperation.
you see him in like his amphetamine rage, and he's just like falling apart at the seams. And you're like watching the movie, and you just like you're going through his whole like phases of life, and you see him like everything's falling apart and shit, and he's going all crazy, and he knows that he is, but there's really nothing he's consumed. So it's pretty epic, you know. And he's like, damn, this dude's fucked up, you know. He's pulling the sink out, and then in Dewey Cox, you know, he's just ripping him out. It's like pouting. It's like destroying the bathroom.
Yeah, and there's sinks in like different seats
Yeah.
in places that
Yeah.
wouldn't have the fucking sink.
Yeah, he starts pulling sinks out everywhere and shit.
Oh shit! All right,
But I'll give it to Walk the Line.
go ahead, Frank.
Despite what I choose in the past, this time I'm gonna go with quantity over quality. I'm gonna go Walk Hard because
There we
the
go.
one scene where he literally rips out like 7 in a row, just like
He's running down the
on the big bathroom stall. It's so ridiculous, and then the music's on in the background. It's like a happy song. He's sobbing.
Funny. David.
I'm gonna go Walk the Line on this one, just because it is a little bit more. It works with the seriousness of that movie, and you know,
It really happened.
it's a good representation of like pulls you in emotionally, and they did a good job with it. So
Yeah, no, it was great.
we go Walk the Line on that one. Hey, boy.
Sweet.
Hit.
Now, if you were Dewey Cox or Johnny Cash, or if you were fronting this band, would you rather your backing band be the Dewey Cox 4 or the Tennessee 2 or 3? It became 3 eventually. Who would you rather be your backing band? Think hard. Hard. Think hard.
Hard.
Think hard. The Dewey Cox 4 or the Tennessee 2.
Or the
Or three.
Tennessee 3.
Want to make it 5 then, or
David.
All right. You know, I'm gonna approach this question as a true front man of a band here, and say I don't need any of these fucks. All right.
Damn.
I'm the fucking star.
that's it.
These are my songs.
It's finalized.
It doesn't matter who the fuck's behind me. All right.
Set in stone.
Let's get that straight. All right.
You fucking hear me?
But if I had to choose, I'm gonna go with Dewey Cox 4.
Oh.
Oh my God, what's
Oh,
going on?
shit.
Yeah, Dewey Cox 4. It
Sweet.
is what it is.
Blair. Who would you
I'm
rather
gonna
have
go-
behind you?
I'm gonna go with the Dewey Cox 4
Wow.
because they start playing punk.
Yeah,
It's like,
dude.
Dewey,
Frodo.
you're acting like some kind of punk. Faster.
Yeah, well, let's do it again, but faster.
Let's go. Yeah. It's not fast enough. Starts getting all mad.
Like how his band ends up being the band that he plays in the nightclub. Like they never talk about what happens to the other singer. Like he just totally stole his band. He plays
Yeah.
with them for one night and then it becomes the Dewey Cox 4.
That's it.
Oh yeah, because it was originally supposed
Yeah,
to be.
because he had the record executives in there. They picked them, and then they did the whole studio scene like they like him walk the line, and
And the guy broke his hands or something stupid. Or he got laryngitis.
yeah,
He got the laryngitis. Yeah. What was his name? I forgot.
do it.
He's like, I know all your songs. What the heck was his name?
People come here to dance erotically, and they need a clean floor to do it on.
The Bad Men. Something, Bobby something in the Bad Men. I forgot the name of his name.
All right, Frank. If you're a front man, would you rather be the Dewey Cox 4 or Tennessee 2? Or 3?
Tennessee 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah. Either one will work.
So would you rather be Tennessee 2 or the Tennessee 3?
I'm saying the Tennessee side, you know.
Final answer.
The final answer. 2. I like a nice trio, you know.
Hey.
Pulls in.
Wow.
You
How about
lost.
that, huh? How about that?
So it
Schniz?
doesn't even matter.
You're done.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
That'd have been awesome
He tried
if Johnny
so
Cash covered
hard.
that. Like how he covered Hurt.
Tried so hard, and got so far.
All right, so for the next
Doesn't even matter.
for the next part, next point, we're doing something a little bit differently.
What is it?
This round is worth 3 points. 3 points only goes to the winner of this. I'm asking 2 different questions that pertain to the movie. You guys are gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 5.
Oh,
Between
shit.
both not bands. We do bands all the time. Between both movies, whoever has the higher score gets the 3 points and wins.
got it.
Takes the whole round.
Okay.
So, how good did Walk the Line do at depicting Johnny Cash? Larry, I'll start you.
Can you ask that again?
How
How
good?
good did Walk the Line?
Portray Johnny Cash.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I would say pretty good. I mean, from what I know about Johnny Cash, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Johnny Cash. I've listened to like so many of his recordings and live videos from the 50s and like interviews in like the early 60s. Like I went through like down like a big rabbit hole of him and his music forever ago. Before I saw Walk the Line, and then when I saw it, it like surged it again. I think he did a good job. Out of 5,
Yeah, 1 to 5. Where would you get it? Don't do the 0.5 bullshit. Just
No,
give
yeah.
straight.
Solid answers.
Yeah, I only want solid. I'm not a good mathematician.
And only,
honestly,
only even
I would
numbers.
give him a 5.
Okay, Frank.
Dang.
Die.
I mean, he almost won the award, you know,
So close.
but he didn't win the award. So I'm going to have to give him a 4.
He couldn't get the job done.
Couldn't do it.
Fought hard, but
In the end,
didn't
it
walk
didn't
hard.
even matter.
he didn't walk hard.
Go ahead, David.
enough.
I'm gonna go 5.
Damn.
So you guys gave him a 14 rating
I like it.
out of 15.
All right.
Okay.
Next up,
All right.
I'm just gonna keep it here and throw it back to David.
All right.
How good of a parody of Walk the Line is Walk Hard at the end of the day? 1 to 5. How do you hold it up against other parodies?
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 for the fact that it is good, but I myself would maybe give it a 5 if there was a little bit better, like, serious undertone to the comedy. Personally, that's all. But it's great. It's great.
Blair.
That's probably my favorite parody of any movie. I would say that I personally could quote. I mean, so I'll give it a 5.
There it is.
Frank. You're the difference. You might tie it if you give it a 5. Go with how you feel. Don't let that sway you.
I'm nervous. I wish I was bad at math, so I didn't have to know what answer not to give, you know. But
If they tie, I'm just going to give them 1.5 each.
I thought you didn't like half points.
That's fine. I can live with a little bit.
If we're going straight off of Walk the Line, it's hard to really say because they start to touch on a bunch of different
Movies.
musicians and different music movies, you know. But depicting straight up like Johnny Cash's story,
I like where your head's at.
I'll give it a 5. because it has the whole, you know, it's just a family drama, this and that.
I mean, that movie's like 3 hours long.
It is long as shit.
Yeah,
It's
like,
a long movie.
they really put in all of that. And it's just fun. It's just that's why every time I watch it, there's a new part of it that I find hysterical that I didn't find prior, because the whole thing is funny.
When they get to
But
smell
you're
back,
watching the movie, it's like
or when they
you
finally
miss some parts. I feel
he's finally about to get with the June Carter character, Pam from The Office,
yeah.
and they start going at it, but then she starts like kicking him in the nuts and shit, and they're like physically fighting,
yeah.
but then kissing. It's so
She's like,
silly.
I can't, Dewey.
Yeah.
We're friends. Dewey, I can't. We're
Yeah.
friends.
Or I noticed this when I watched last time when they actually got married. If you after the first wife comes in and then Pam leaves,
Edith.
you see that he has 2 wedding rings on, because he literally said that I didn't know you had to get divorced. I just thought you can get married again. So if you look at his hand, he's got 2 gold bands on stacked because he's married twice.
It's too funny. What a legend.
It's time.
It's time?
Oh.
Is it time?
You say time or tide?
It's time.
Oh shit!
Time
Are you aware?
for this round?
Hard. Are you aware of what time it is?
We're walking
Hard.
without you.
Hard.
Bonus round.
Hard.
Bonus round. Bonus round.
But-
Bonus round.
Bonus
Bonus round.
bonus.
All right, who wants to go?
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna give them both. Nah, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna give them both. Walk Hard. I'm gonna give them a point for the lit cast, which you already touched on. I'm gonna go back into that, and I'm gonna give them another point for just all the songs in general. Like, I mean, we've been singing them and talking about them, so I think it deserves extra point for that. Just like, they're so funny and original, but like they totally fit like the movie and like like it's just they did a great job with all the music.
They're so catchy.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and like
They're
it
great
fits.
songs.
So I gotta add a point for that, and then I'll give one more point to Walk Hard for the whole Beatles scene because it's just absolutely hilarious.
Legend.
It's so funny, like just all of them literally like making fun of the Beatles, and they do it so well, and it's so good. It's probably one of the highlight scenes for me, like as far as like randomness and like, you know. So yeah, 3 for Walk Hard for me. Walk the Line. I'm gonna give total of 5 points to that one, because as much as we love the Walk Hard and it's hilarious and it's a great comedy, I think Walk the Line is probably my favorite biopic, and I don't like biopics at all. So that says something coming from me.
But it's a great one. And
It's a great one.
So that's why I have to give it 5, because if you know me, like I do not like any of
it's
those.
like it's like that one and Ray.
Yeah.
I like the 2 like best biopics ever.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
like,
they're great.
for me, I'm just not a fan of biopics. Like, I'm a documentary guy. I love documentaries.
Good doc.
I like interviews with real people and like getting the story told, even if it isn't like accurate. I just like seeing it from the real person. I like seeing the like real pictures, real photos, real video. Like, I love that. Like, to me, that like a good documentary is my thing, and biopics just don't cut it for me. When especially like we're talking music, like we're huge music people. It's like I don't want a Hollywood version of a story. I want to just know like the real shit. Like
Exactly.
That's
You
how
don't want-
I feel. So
You don't want the Hollywood.
yeah. So
I know what you mean.
but that
Fabric,
being
yeah.
said, this movie's great, so it gets all the points it can get from me for that.
Sweet.
Yep.
Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Go ahead.
I will. To be honest, I'll probably just give them both 5 points. I mean, both of these movies are 2 of my favorite movies of all time. Both of them. And the Walk Hard is just like, I probably know more like lines from that movie than almost any other movie. Like maybe not, but it's up there in like the top 3. And then Walk the Line, like you said, is just awesome. Like, and Johnny Cash is one of my favorite songwriters, favorite band, favorite music artists, humans ever. So the movie is awesome. I really like it. And then you really have to give the credit to the movie because you wouldn't even have Walk Hard, realistically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's
true.
that's what makes Walk Hard so good is they really did that to a movie that was already so good and just made it funny, but it's still just so good. Like they just did it so well. They both get 5 for me.
That is a fair assessment, I think. Very cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna give both 5 also. I think they're both deserving of those points for the bonus round. I don't really have any like bonusy things, but like I just want to talk about some of my favorite scenes from both the movies. I'll start with Walk the Line. I like when they're in. I'm pretty sure it's at the end of the movie when they go to the prison. They're at Folsom City. I forget if they're at Folsom City or San Quentin.
It's Folsom Prison, I think.
Well, Folsom Prison, sorry.
But you're good.
But like because it's recorded live, everything from the recording, like they touched on some of the things like the water thing, and like they even have like some of like the
the cup of water
like the
from
paging,
the security.
the paging in the background, like for like prisoners to go here, go there, like all that is in the movie, which is pretty sick, and this did a great job with all those types of scenes where like actually depicting like what happened live, like when he had the TV show. And, just touring and whatever else, his drug addiction and all those things. And, this thing is really great. But then for Walk Hard, I think my all-time favorite scene from the whole movie is when the brother first gets halved and the doctor walks in and he goes, this is the worst case of being halved I've ever seen. It's like he literally got cut in half. He's dead, it's like, dude. There's nothing that anybody can do. And he's like, yeah, so like we basically like your son's gonna die. Speak English, Doc. We ain't scientists. Your son's top half got separated from its bottom half, and we can't reattach it.
You know what?
So you're saying he's not gonna make it?
You know what? I also
it's like, what the fuck, dude?
I also love related to that specifically is in the fight scene with the dad at like the end of the movie or whatever. He's like, man, dude, I didn't realize it was so easy to accidentally cut somebody in half.
Yeah.
And that he's cut in half.
Yeah.
Well, and then leading up to the cut in half scene, like I feel like all those biopics of like artists from like the 50s, like something bad happened to them when they were kids, Yeah. And it's let's go outside and play. And they're doing all the things you think they're going to get hurt, okay? And that's all these stupid things like playing with the tractors and doing whatever. Then you get to the part and they're playing swords, and then the sheath flies off of the machete, and then he gets halved. But it's just like all the scenes leading up to it, it's like, well, if someone's gonna get hurt, it's bound to happen, Or when they're doing the Brian Wilson stuff, and he's been on the trampoline for 4 days straight.
Yeah.
And then they're at dinner. They're like, oh, let's go to the studio. Then they walk through the studio doors.
It's like goats and shit.
Well, it's like they're just in a backyard. Then they walk in. It's like this huge recording studio, like Capitol Records or ABC Records or something from crazy back then. And you could see the look on the manager's face. He's like, doesn't understand how they just went from the backyard. Now they're at this like crazy ass recording studio.
Bro.
I mean, there's so many parts you can talk about, but
Wrong kid died.
we need an army of didgeridoos. 10,000 didgeridoos. Dewey, it's been 8 months. We haven't finished one song. You never once paid for drugs.
Not
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, we didn't
Not
even talk about all those scenes.
I know.
I still got my
You don't
bonus.
want-
Oh, yeah.
there
Well,
you go, sorry.
I'm done. I'm all good. You can go ahead. Al.
Nah, yeah, we can keep doing lines all night. I don't care. Fucking.
Whoa.
Watch yourself.
You were thinking,
huh?
hey,
Whoa.
I'm not thinking that at all. Whatever.
It's not a good idea.
You don't want to give away too many lines from the movie, man. Maybe somebody, still has to watch.
If you haven't seen either of these movies,
Go watch them.
you're fucked.
Get off this
I'm
podcast.
yeah,
gonna
definitely go
give.
Go watch them.
I'm gonna give Walk the Line 4 points,
I'll walk the line.
and I'll tell you why.
David, can I get one of these?
Yeah.
I think Walk the Line is a great movie. I love the story depiction of Johnny Cash. I like the whole vibe of the movie. I like the desperation they show with Johnny Cash. How he's like on the brink of fucking just losing it. He's into drugs. So June gets him out. I love all of it. It's a great movie. The only thing is, and they do this on purpose, but it leaves me wanting more. Like I wanted more. I want a second movie.
Yeah.
I want to see the good parts.
Yep.
I want to see him with the Johnny Cash show. That's just because I love Johnny Cash that much, and I
Yeah.
already know how it went. I want to see it that way.
It makes you wish you were alive to actually witness those things.
Yeah.
Facts, yeah.
So it leaves me wanting more of a movie. I don't like how it just ends where it's like with the kids and everything's fine. His dad comes and you know what I'm saying, they're talking in the little can thing.
Yeah.
They're all good, but I just could have ended a little better.
That house
In
he
my
had
opinion.
too was nice as hell.
It was.
Big property.
That's when he's talking about the song that we were just talking about the other night, Frank, 5 Feet High and Rising.
Oh, really?
He's talking about it with his grandpa, with his dad to his kids. Like they're talking, with the cans on the string, and they can hear each other, and they're trying to get Johnny Cash's dad to play, but he's like a grumpy old man and doesn't want to do it. And Johnny Cash is busting his balls. He's like, "Come on, Pop, play with my kids. Tell them the story about when you saved us all on the door when the farm flooded." And that really happened. Pretty cool.
No, it's badass. But for Walk Hard, I'm gonna give him 5 points, just because it is one of my favorite movies ever. Like
Yeah,
as
same.
far as like stupid comedy is concerned,
It's legendary.
it's legendary. Some people say it doesn't hold up. Some people think it's stupid. It fucking holds up. You're tweaking. Like you don't have a soul if you don't think it's a funny movie.
it's at the pick of destiny.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a cult classic. It's a great movie. My favorite. There's a lot of scenes, but one that always makes me laugh is when he wakes up and everyone's naked. He's like talking to his wife. All of a sudden, like, got full cockage in the screen. He's like, "Do you want any coffee?"
Yeah.
Long time, dude.
Yeah, and like, long time everywhere, naked women
Dangler,
talking to
dude.
his wife. Well, all of a sudden, his dad gets to the door, and then they come out. Yeah, you see like somebody's like, "Dude, I was gonna get coffee." There's like a dick. You see his dad like, he's just like, he's like, "Don't worry about it." He closes the door. He's like, "I need to tell you something. Your mother died last night. Your music killed your mother."
yeah.
And then it goes back to the scene, and they're at the
died
house,
listening to your
and he's
song,
like, "You
Dewey."
hear Walk Hard on the radio." She's like, "Just stand up and dance with me. That's your son." And he's like, "This is a pretty catchy tune.
It's not half bad.
Well, maybe I've been hard on the boy." And all of a sudden, she gets wrapped and tangled up into the cord, falls out the fucking window, and then the TV fucking, or was it the radio?
radio.
Radio came out and just smashes on her
The
head.
vertigo.
Yeah, he's like, "So you're saying pop music kill mama?" He's like, "Wrong kid died."
Wrong kid.
Bro.
She fell
Yeah.
out the window, and then the radio smashed her head.
Oh yeah, and then we were already alluding to it earlier. We're not gonna not mention the scenes where like freaking the drummer totally gets him in the drugs the whole entire time. He's like, "Dewey," he's like, "What is that? Dewey, you don't want any part of this shit. What is it? Reefer." he's like, "Sounds kind of expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is."
No.
Sounds addictive. He's like, "It's non-habit forming."
He's
It's
like
reefer,
staring
Dewey.
him in the
Can't you
eyes.
smell it? You know I can't smell.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, no, he's like, "Can you
He's like,
smell it?" He's like, "No,
How dare you?
I can't."
He's all upset.
Yeah, he's like, "No, I can't."
He's like smelling dog shit at the end.
He's like,
"Oh my god, this is terrible." And he's like, but he's so excited
loves
because he
it.
can smell. Yeah.
But it gets progressively worse the whole movie.
Yeah.
And then after his mom dies, he comes. He's, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's cocaine. It turns all your bad feelings into
Into
good
good
feelings.
feelings."
It makes sex even better." And he's just like, "Give me some of that cocaine."
Cocaine.
And then that's when they're like, "Walk hard, hard, bro." Yeah, so many memorable scenes. I can't even talk about enough. It's just a fucking awesome movie.
There's some scenes we
I want-
can't talk about.
Yeah, there
'Cause
really
they're
is.
they're bad.
It couldn't happen these days.
You know?
It's still a funny movie though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, It's in my rotation once a year. I'm gonna watch it for the rest of my life. Gonna show my kids it. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Most deaf.
All right. Do you guys want to know the winners? The polls are in.
The polls are in, ladies and gentlemen.
Wildcard took the lead, 27.5 to 24.5.
Oh my god, it's closer than I thought. I thought Wildcard was going to
It's a
landslide
notable
it.
win. Yeah, it's
pretty
still
good.
a notable win.
It's pretty good.
Hard fought.
It's no blowout. You
This
know?
was-
These boys fought
This was a fun battle.
hard.
It was fun, man.
All right, everybody.
Wrong movie one.
He's a wrong movie one. Wait, hold on. He said, "You're not half the boy Nate was. You're not even a half after they cut him in half." He said, "You said I'm less than a quarter, or less of a quarter Nate was." Wrong kid died.
When he's playing, can I try that? And he's playing the guitar. He's like,
Oh,
yeah, just do this.
And he's just amazing.
Just do this.
You
He's
got your
singing.
first G
Well,
chord.
yeah.
I done a bad thing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Cut my
good.
brother in half.
Hell.
He's
So
like,
funny.
"You know the blues kids? I reckon I might."
So I cut my brother in half.
He said, fucking, "When the moon hits your eye like a
Oh, they're doing the cover?
That's some more rain." Yeah, do that soundtrack bumping. Darlene,
That's a good one, too.
I'm in love
Guilty
with
as
you.
charged.
I wanna know it. Yeah, he's like, guilty as charged.
Let's do it.
That's totally like their, like, what is it,
he
Ring of
switches-
Fire?
he
Like,
switches
it has
girls
the
with the
horns
wife.
The
and
horn
it's like-
sections, yeah.
He's like, hey, what's your name? Dewey, that's my wife. That's fine.
At the end, the
You
bass
slept with
player.
my wife.
He's like, Dewey, you slept with me and my wife at the same time.
I
I've been confused for years.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's cut the cord off. That's been Battle Supreme.
I'm guilty as charged.
I hope you guys have a wonderful week.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Battle Supreme. Alex, David, Larry, Frank, we're out.